fact, get the first verse in that. Then we're gonna skip to the 15th verse. Okay? Because, huh? Oh, it's cool. To be honest, you know, it's pretty cool. It's gonna get hot though in the near future. Go ahead, read the first verse.
It's Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power.
Now, hearken means listen, take heed. You know, hearken to the Lord. To the voice of the Lord diligently means continuously do it. Okay, go ahead.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee up, set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Yeah. So once you read Deuteronomy 28:1 down to like 14, it tells you pretty much if you listen to my law, statutes, and commandments, blessed will you have this, blessed will you have that, blessed. You basically will be blessed. Okay? I'm gonna just, because I don't want to read because there's 68 verses in here. There's 68 verses. So I'm just trying to, put it in a nutshell for y'all. Okay. So yeah, go to 15.
Verse 15, it says, but it shall come to pass.
Now, after he said, blessed will be this and this and this and this, if you listen to my law, statutes, commandments, now he got into this. Go ahead.
But verse 15, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power.
So if you won't listen to the voice of the Lord thy power, all right, because this is the same power that delivered them out of Egypt, all right, under Moses, all right. This is that same power that split the Red Sea so they can be delivered out of Egypt. This is that same power that fed them with angels' bread. That same power that gave them water from a rock. This is that same power. But when they was in that wilderness, they didn't respect it. Okay, you had a bunch of them that didn't respect it. Just like nowadays, you have us. Like for the most part, all of us right here are Israelites. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody was just saying that too.
Yeah.
It's like, man, we were Israelites or something like that.
Yeah.
Like what you told me. The exact same words.
Yeah,
like
we
Christianity
Israelites.
stuff. Man, they robbed us of this and that, man.
Christianity, Muslim,
my cousin was saying.
All of those are religions. This is a nationality. This is something that you're born with, you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Christianity, you have to be taught that through the churches, which eventually is through a pastor that went to the white man college, that learned the white man knowledge, that gave you the white man's ideas and the white man's plan. We come straight out the Bible. We use some sources outside of the Bible, but if they go against this book, then it's, you know what I'm saying, it's null and void. You know what I'm saying? But we use this, and the Bible tells you to read precept upon precept, line upon line. Sometimes we reading this right now, you might have a question, we might have to go to Revelations. And then from there, we might have to go to 2 Peter. And then from there, we might have to go to 1 John. And, you know what I'm saying, precept upon precept. But sometimes, like this, Deuteronomy 28, you read from the first verse to the last verse, and it's talking about our people, the people on this sign. Everything that we done been through and went through, and in the near future we're going to go through, is written right there. Because it's a prophetic book. Meaning it's telling you what's going to happen before it happens.
Right.
And I'm going to prove it when we get to the last verse. All right?
I don't mean to cut you short, but we're going to go to because we on time.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to do what y'all got to do. Yeah. If y'all got to go, I mean, we're going to read 15, and then we're going to read 68 if y'all got like 2-3 minutes. If not, then go ahead, read 15.
It says, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power,
you won't listen,
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So if you don't listen to the Lord's statutes and commandments, then these curses come upon you. So once you read the rest of 28, from there it's going to speak about the curses. Basically, we were going to go into slavery. We were going to be under the so-called white man. We can't prosper in this place. We were going to be on the bottom. It explains it like boom, 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 and you like, and once you read it and you can actually acknowledge like that's me, that's our people. You're like, dang, so we gotta be the Israelites. The same with that, and this proves it. 68. Go ahead.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now Egypt, it means bondage, house of bondage at that. Egypt again, because what were we doing in Egypt before? We was under slavery, under Pharaoh. That's where he delivered us from. So he's going to bring you in Egypt again. Go ahead.
With ships.
With ships. So he's going to bring you into bondage again with ships. In any history, who are the only people that was led to slavery with ships?
Right here.
Us. Our people. They brought us from the Africa, so they said, the West Africa pretty much. And then we were dispersed throughout South, Central, and North America. All right, because before that, part of these people was already over here through slavery during the Assyrian time. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? They even had to take a ship to get over here. It wasn't that hardcore slavery like, oh, this guy is dead, throw him overboard, or the sharks. If y'all ever heard of the trail, the sharks, they knew to follow those ships. You know what I'm saying? It might not been like that. You know what I'm saying? But they came over here on the ships, and then a while after, the so-called white men came over here and put them, the Mexicans and the Latinos and the Native Americans and the Seminole Indians, all of them into bondage eventually. Go ahead.
It says, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
You were sold for bondmen and bondwomen in this place right here. Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
That no man shall buy you. When you look into the definition of this word buy, you can lose Blue Letter Bible. When you look into this word, it's talking about redeem you. Meaning, I can't bring us out of this. None of us can bring us out of this. The Most High and His Son, the second coming, can only bring us out of this. That's it. We can't sit here and all come together and rise up Black Panther style. None of that. He has to come and redeem us because He is the Most High power, and all of this is according to Him. We was put in this place for a punishment. If your kid be bad, you punish him, right? So like He said, if you will not hearken, this is what's going to happen to you. So the bad things started happening to us because we wasn't listening to the Heavenly Father. But now He's in a part like, okay, I know I did this. I know y'all gonna punish me. You might plan on having your child in timeout or something, for 5 minutes, but you're like, dang, they look kind of bad. Take them out a little early or something. That's what's going on. It's that time for the so-called white man to get his judgment, and it's that time for the second coming of the one who the world called Jesus Christ. Because within that second coming is going to be the salvation of the elect of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is our people.
Chapter 10, verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remains no more sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful looking for judgment and fire indignation which shall devour the adversaries. He that despises Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses.
Yeah, because to this day, we still supposed to keep the law, statutes, commandments to our best ability. And once you learn to do right, you got to do right. There is no more excuses like, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always heard not to eat pork, but when I read it and actually seen it for myself, I'm like, okay, I can't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? Because now I know not to eat pork. It ain't no, I heard it through the grapevine or none of that. No, I read it myself, so this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you keep the law to your best ability. Or else, like it said, that fire and indignation, you're gonna see that. Which is, because at the end of this, there's going to be a third world war, and it's going to be nuclear. You might catch a lot of movies and TV shows or something, and it's always a terrorist trying to send nukes to this place or that place, or they got this different weapon, and it's nuclear. It's about destroying a whole place, because this land that we standing on now will be destroyed by fire in a third world war. Period. That's the end of this. You believe in the Bible, you have to believe in that. That is the end of this. So what you're supposed to do is get right before just like your mom might went out of town. I'm going for a week. You might party day 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but day 6 and 7, you clean that house and make sure it looked like when she left it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's time to get right. Not to be sneaky, but do it sincerely. You know what I'm saying? Get right before the Lord comes, or you're gonna.
That's why the Lord didn't announce when He's coming back, so you can't be sneaky about it. So He's just gonna pop up. And He said, you find so doing. You know what I'm saying? All the people with true character is going to do what they're supposed to do. Because character is determined by what you do when nobody's looking. Like you'll watch on Facebook or IG and you see people giving money to the poor on there. And people are like, oh, that's so thoughtful. What the Bible say? you're not supposed to let nobody see what your left hand and your right hand, not let your left hand and your right hand is doing. So if you see somebody needs money, you just do it. Nobody got to know that. But when you do that and let everybody know, that's your just reward. So basically, we're supposed to be doing things while nobody's looking. You know, when we're not around each other, I'm not, tearing down on some pork or breaking laws, and then when they come around, I'm all super holy. That means, in true essence, who am I doing it for? Them. Yeah, I'm not doing it for God, because the Most High see us whether anybody is around. So that's true character. And the Most High, that's the Most High sees. And like the brother said, we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. The Most High wants us to get back to that. In this society right now, just look and you can see, what I'm saying? Y'all will agree too that you look in this society, they're trying to break you away from the law, statutes, and commandments, from the Constitution, from the things that they're bringing out to the religion itself in the churches. They're telling that you can break law, statutes, commandments, and the Lord still deal with you. That's not true. Okay? They're telling you that that the Lord look like this or the Lord is that. That's not true. We have to go off what the Bible says. Okay? Can I get Matthew 5 and 17 real quick? Just to, for example, because for one, the main thing we got to do first is go back to the Lord. We can't go straight to the Most High. Okay? We are filthy. Us brothers here, we ain't nobody. Ain't no Israelite out here is anybody to sit there and just approach the Most High like that. We got to go through the blood of the Lord, because the Lord died for our sins. We definitely agree with that, because that's what the Bible says. You got it? Go ahead.
Matthew 5 and 17 says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill."
Yeah, the Lord did not come to destroy the law. So when somebody say, "Oh, you got grace," you can do whatever you want, and it's all good. No, that's not true. The grace is basically, we are not perfect. So when we do that, the Lord is perfect. The Most High is perfect. So when we do something imperfect, He ain't gonna deal with it. But that's why we gotta go through the Lord, so that washes us clean. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is watching us too, so He know when we front. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit here and still and be like, "Oh, my bad, I'm about to pray to the Lord." No, He know my heart. You know what I'm saying? Right. So therefore, I gotta be sincere. You know what I'm saying? What I do, then the Lord will come and say, "Okay, all right, I'll let you, I'll connect you to the Lord. I'll connect you to the Most High when we make that phone call through prayer." Okay?
But I'm about to get up out here because
slide.
they want to go to the slide before we have to go.
Yeah, I know. It's a nice day out, man. All right, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate that word. Work on keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to your best ability. Can't keep it perfect.
Coming out a bird.
Because we in Babylon, America, and they got these ways out here.
Thanks, man.
That one was coming out a
Go
bird.
ahead and read that. What you going on?
Before that, it was kind of like wickedness of this society. You know, innate,
This Matthews 5 and 17. "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill."
Yeah, so the Lord did not, when the Lord, whom the world calls Jesus Christ, He did not come to destroy the Ten Commandments nor the Old Testament. He came to fulfill the Old Testament and the prophecies. Okay? Because every time he fulfilled the prophecy, he'd be like, "It is done," or "I had to do this." Okay? He made sure that he accomplished his goal down here. So when people say the Old Testament is done away with, they're teaching you to basically lose your power. Okay? Because our power is the whole Bible. Our power, the whole Bible is who? The Lord, whom the world calls Jesus Christ. That's our power. Okay? The Most High is ultimately the ultimate power, but the connector, the mediator, is the Lord, whom the world calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shah. That is our conductor to the power. So when people say, "Oh, you don't need Him, you don't need the commandments, you don't need the Old Testament, you can just go to the Most High as you are," no, that's not it. That's not it. Okay? When it says "come as you are," you come as you be true to yourself. Okay? Go ahead.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
Yeah, so it says one jot or one tittle. Okay, so it's telling you that until heaven and earth pass, until all be fulfilled. Okay, in the book of Revelations, in the book of Acts, it tells you about the second coming of the Lord. The Lord didn't come back yet. So therefore, you can't say the Old Testament is done away with, because that's a jot, that's a tittle within the Bible. So therefore, you can't sit there and say that that's done away with. No, that's not done away with. Okay? The Lord hasn't come back. And when the Lord comes back, it's still not going to be done away with. There are going to be certain things that we're not going to be doing, but there's going to be certain things that apply forever and ever. Okay? Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
Yeah, the least. It don't matter if it's big or little, man. Because guess what? There are big commandments, there are little commandments. There's commandments that you're supposed to be put to death for, there's commandments that you're just punished for. Okay? Adultery is a commandment that's a commandment that you should be put to death for. Okay? Stealing, that's a commandment that you're punished for. Okay? Because if a man find, what the scripture say, well, if you find a man stealing, he gotta repay that twice, sevenfold. So that's not a death sentence, okay? But it's still a punishment, okay?
It says, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right. You shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. Why would you in the first place tell anybody to not keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High? What reason do you have to tell somebody to not keep any of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High? Okay?
I was just asking because.
Why? So basically, if you tell anybody and say, yeah, you don't have to keep this law, it's old, what's the reason to their benefit? What's the reason to their help? Okay? Or you could be a flamer. That's the Old Testament. Don't worry. What it benefits them? It's a selfish reason. Oh, you could love another man.